What am I doing? Well, I'm hanging out with a pumpkin. So, thought maybe we could talk. A lot of people have been reaching out and commenting on my videos, and there's nobody that really supports me as much as this pumpkin here. He just sits there and doesn't really have too much of an input. And this channel, guys, is this might be the last video. Okay, this might be the last video because I mean, for God's sake, I'm talking to a pumpkin. You see what I'm saying here? And once you start talking to materialistic objects that don't have any type of consciousness, it really makes you wonder what it is that you're doing. Okay, so yeah. Do you have any input on this at all, or are you just going to sit there and be a piece of plastic stuck to a piece of rebar? Probably so. So a lot of people have been reaching out, guys, on various stuff, and we're trying to figure out where our footing is. Me and him have a lot of ideas that we want to do, but we don't know exactly how to present them. You know what I mean? And a lot of times we go back and forth, and like we were talking about the other night, that, with a lot of these videos, they just don't seem to be getting the momentum that we like. And with that comes a lot of frustration and anxiety and, meeting up with a pumpkin on Wednesday night to catch the sunset and to have a nightcap later on. So it's really bizarre because, YouTube has a very good way of taking over your brain and your life. And, between me and this pumpkin here, things could only get better, I think, from here, right? I don't think they could get any worse. I mean, like I said, I'm sitting here talking to a goddamn pumpkin, ladies and gentlemen. So if you guys have any input, I would love to hear it. I'm all ears. We're trying a couple different videos. He told me earlier, he said, why don't you go down to Tijuana when you do your little oil change and walk around and try not to break your ankle on one of the potholes or something like that, and try to create an interesting video for people to watch. I said, all right, I can probably do that. It's probably something that people want to watch. I got home, edited it, posted it, and past that, it was kind of just like, all right, well, what's next? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, maybe we could go catch the sunset together, or, we could go play paddleball, but you don't really have any hands or thumbs or anything like that. So, here we are, right? Here we are on a Wednesday night, sitting here talking to you guys. And, it's very challenging, guys. The whole predicament of staying relevant. Can you stop moving around? I mean, you're on a piece of rebar. You have to violently shake like that. But it's to stay relevant is one thing, and then to produce something that's relevant and interesting is another. And a lot of times I find myself going back and forth, and I'm like, man, like, what do we do? Like, what do we got to do to like get people's attention? And with all that comes the burden and the anxiety that comes along with it, and then comes the low payout for it, which is kind of the. Can you scoot up a little bit? Kind of like over there. The camera's more over here. You just want to stay there? Okay. So, and with all that comes the low payout of it. So, we're trying different things, right? We're trying to, keep the momentum going in a direction where we both feel that, we're doing the right thing. So, that's kind of how we feel about it. There's different things we can try. I mean, we tried 1,500 cryptocurrency videos. We tried working out and pretended to be, Arnold Schwarzenegger, according to someone in the comments. And then, I finally said, hey, let's just try to do this Tijuana thing. And, I don't think I found interest in any of the things that I felt that I had to do. So I'm like, well, I want to just, try to just go with the flow, right? Try to keep my head straight. Things could be worse, right? I mean, talking to a pumpkin on a Wednesday night, conversing ideas off one another, bouncing the momentum back and forth. Me and him can resonate, right, with some type of audience out there. So, it's a beautiful evening. That doesn't ever really change here in Southern California and Northern Baja. That kind of stuff is pretty much all the time. So the weather, we don't have to worry about too much. But then there's, like I said, that constant anxiety of trying to, produce, create something relevant. And I mean, fuck, what the fuck are we going to do, what are we going to do to stay relevant? What are we going to do to stay entertaining? Because Tijuana is just a city, and cryptocurrency is just an investment. And, our feelings are what matters, And with all that, guys, I guess I'm just simply here going to tell you is we don't know what the fuck it is that we're doing most of the time. And I don't think any of us really do. However, at the end of the day, we try to put that step forward, right? We try to create things that are entertaining, because at the end of the day, that's what YouTube is, guys. It's just a conscious it's just this conscious monetization of consciousness, really. It's how do I monetize consciousness while providing some type of value. And I don't think, every single time I completely deliver on them. So, what does it all mean? It means that trying is half the battle. That's what it means. When it comes to doing this stuff and producing this type of thing, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's frustrating a lot of the time because what it is you're making isn't going to compete with who else is out there, right? You see people out there that are, me being a bodybuilder, I know that I'm never going to be a professional bodybuilder. I know that I'm never going to be, stepping on a competitive stage, but we try to do those videos anyways because we do feel as if there's somebody out there that gets something positive from it, right? We've tried doing Tijuana videos because we think that there is some people out there that could benefit from knowing the information is there. Now, talking with a pumpkin on a Wednesday night, I don't know that there's really much out there, but who knows, right? There might be somebody out there that wants to see me talk to a pumpkin. And with all that, we're able to bounce ideas, we're able to collect data, and then we're able to execute on that. Exactly what we're, doing all that. And, with all that, I'm lost for words, right? I'm lost for words because I don't have a lot of words or input really to talk about, and all the time. A lot of times I'm just trying to, just get through my time here, just like he's trying to get through his time here on a piece of rebar, sitting on a questionably stationary piece of concrete that's not really finished, where to be quite honest with you, probably risking my life sitting here, but nonetheless, we keep on keeping on, right? I think it was from Joe Dirt that we heard that. Remember the movie with the guy with the glued on piece of hair, remember? So, it's hard. It's really hard to stay relevant with YouTube. And the worst part about it being hard is not one person cares if it's hard or not. There isn't anybody out there that cares too much whether or not I'm having a tough time creating relevant content. So we'll keep trying a couple different things. We'll keep trying. I'm gonna be doing the workout thing either way. So for me, with that, you know, there is that little piece of it that can be implemented. And I know people, you know, I know it's going against the YouTube algorithm rules, right? When you have momentum behind something, you tend to do that. But I don't want to make videos about fucking Tijuana all the time, you know? I don't even want to be here half the time. So why would I want to make videos about a city or a place that I don't even want to be in myself? You know, I mean, is it cool living here? I mean, I guess. Is it cool living somewhere else? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's just a place, right? As long as it has warm weather and Mediterranean climate, I really don't give a flying rat's ass where it's at, to be honest. It can be Tijuana, it can be La Paz, it can be Cabo San Lucas, it can be Santa Barbara, it can be Oxnard, it can be any of those places. It really doesn't fucking matter, right? So, you got anything to say? I know I've been kind of hogging the mic. I guess it matters for you because you only thrive in certain climates, so it's kind of the same with me. So we share the same thing, right? A couple things that I like. I like warm climates. Maybe mild climates, I guess, is a more accurate term. I don't really know if I enjoy warm climates all the time because, I mean, I went down to Puerto Vallarta and after a couple days I was ready to leave. So I think I enjoy mild climates. I think I figured that part out about myself. And also, you know, I realized that I don't want to work all the time on, you know, meaningless things, right? And I don't work at places or I don't work at tasks that I think are meaningless. You know, obviously talking to a pumpkin, but you know, we don't want to spend our time doing mundane tasks that we really don't want to do, right? So I know, like, I don't want to go and work 40, 50 hours a week at a clock-in job at 9 o'clock in the morning and 5 in the afternoon and come home, and that is something that I absolutely don't want to do. Did it for a while. I did it for the longest time, and definitely not something I'm interested in doing. So there's that. So to avoid that, I guess there's some type of content we could make about Tijuana, maybe. I guess we could keep kind of falling back on that Tijuana thing, right? I guess there are areas that I haven't shown you. I guess maybe I could show you some more. And then there comes with, like, everybody like hitting me up because I put my phone number on there, which kind of just like was kind of annoying because it's like I initially tried to help people out and then it was like they kept wanting more information, and I'm like, dude, like, I'm not getting paid for this, and you're annoying me, and a lot of the people that were hitting me up seem to be like too dumb to realize some basic things. So it's like, you know, if you're talking to somebody and you're seeing that they don't even understand the basic cognitive ability to do something very simple, it puts you in a predicament where you really feel as if you're wasting your time. Wasting your time talking with them. So there's that, right? So I guess there is more stuff we could explore with the Tijuana stuff, potentially. You know, my girl keeps saying, well, why don't you just ride around and, you know, that seems to be what people like. You just ride around and film, and, you know, you're you know, grabbing food and you're talking about, you know, rental stuff. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but it's like, you know, then it feels like a task. I don't want something you know, I know there's going to be work involved, right? There's going to be that inevitable amount of time that it's like, okay, it's work, right? You wouldn't know anything about that because all you do is sit there. But with all that, you know, there's do I want to make sure I'm enjoying what I'm doing? Really, what I'd really like to do, and it's not such a random thought in my little random thought mind, but it is, I'd really like to try to see if my girl can record various workout routines, because I do know that my body is going through changes through this workout regimen. So I do know that there is, you know, people like to see a result of something before and after, and that sometimes inspires people to, you know, to get off whatever it is they're doing, you know, whether it's sitting on the couch or eating potato chips or whatever. But you know, yeah, I don't want to ask too much from her either. I don't want her to be like my little camera person that's like, you know, she's trying to do her own thing. So I don't want to like bother her. And I mean, today I tried to record part of the workout that I was doing, and the phone basically fell. And I just got this phone, and I'm not really trying to break it. So, you know, there's that part. So it's like I don't want to like make her. I don't want to make her be like my personal cameraman, because that's not fair to her, because, you know, she wanted to kind of do her own channel, and it puts me in a predicament where it's like, then I have to record her, which I don't mind doing. It's just, I don't want to make somebody, you know, have to, I don't want, if she doesn't want to do it, I don't want that to slow me down on what I'm doing, right? So there's that part about it. And I know she will help me at times, but there's no way to be consistent with creating some type of workout plan where I'm, you know, doing these cool ass workout videos. And, you know, maybe I could bring a tripod, but, you know, they really don't like that in the gym, because she's tried to bring it in, and they kind of gave her a hard time about it. So a couple of predicaments there, right? So maybe there's the workout thing. I guess that's kind of where I'm going with this. Maybe there's the workout thing with consistent workout videos and then progressing and documenting that. Maybe there is a way to do some of the Tijuana stuff on a semi-regular basis, because those seem to be the videos people like to see. And I know that those are the videos people like to see. I'm not some like oblivious person that doesn't understand how to make the algorithm move, but it's not what I want to do. You know, we keep going back to that. It's like not what I want to do. And it's like, if I don't want to do it, at some point it's going to feel redundant, and I'm just not going to want to do it. So maybe like a sporadic Tijuana video there when I'm, you know, out doing something. Maybe I'll just turn on the camera and do that. And then there was also the kind of the thing where I utilize my real estate license on that side of the border, where we use it kind of as a business card thing. But I think after people seeing me talk to a pumpkin for a 20-30 minute video, I don't think that's going to be very possible either. So so, you know, there's a lot of different things, right? And you know, and there's also kind of the artistic part about it, right? I want to do like videos where I utilize different views of the camera to kind of showcase different entertainment value to the YouTube algorithm. So there is that part as well. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things to do. It's just they move through my head so fast. I guess the only way to do them is to just turn on the camera constantly and do them. And then there's even the root core of the channel that built the kind of the foundation of this channel, which I don't even know if these people are watching anymore. But a significant part of my life is crypto, right? It's cryptocurrency. So there's that like mean aggro little libertarian guy that's kind of like screaming in the back of my head, you know, saying, dude, what happened? You know, what are you doing with all this other stuff? So, you know, they say when you're getting pulled from a lot of all different directions, that's when it happens. But guys, I've been feeling like I'm getting pulled from a lot of different directions for quite a while, you know, and there's been very minimal output from all this. So it's just a continuous thing. It doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really have a start or a stop to it. It's just kind of a continuation. And maybe the best way to do it is just to continue, right? And just kind of see what happens. I do enjoy making videos. I do know that. I don't know if I enjoy making videos about specific topics, but I guess I can learn to. And you know, like I said, like even my most popular video, it wasn't like I didn't have the most fun creating that video, and you know, I guess it really doesn't matter all that much of the outcome regardless, right? You know, I'm just maybe gonna keep making videos. You know, maybe I'll make more videos sitting here talking with a fucking pumpkin, you know? So I think that's about all I got, guys. I just wanted to check in with everybody. It's a Wednesday night, and you know, it is worth talking about. People do want to hear our thoughts, and we appreciate it. All right? We really do. Take care.